fucking rolling.
All right, welcome to episode number 4, I think, of Pardon My Growth. Today we got Austin Ingels with us, a local favorite from the Quad Cities. If you'd just like to tell us all about your life for the next hour, that's fine.
All right.
And tell us all about all the traumatic incidents and how you learned from them and grew from them. So the floor is yours.
Okay.
I'm just
Yeah, dang.
I'm just kidding. So we got Austin with us and we got Zach too. So
Yeah, I'm always here.
yeah.
I think I was number 4 on David Collins too, so that's pretty cool.
Sick. You got a 4 thing going on.
Yeah, 444.
Foreskin? Or is he
It's
you get rid of
removed.
that?
It's removed. Yeah. Thanks for
That's probably
asking.
what it is. You're filling that void.
Yeah, filling my foreskin void. Is that a Sedgwick headset that you got?
Yeah, I use it. Yeah, so yeah. I brought this one because I just realized.
Sorry, I don't know if you wanted me to bring that.
It's
the name
fine.
of it.
This is a new mic, and then I realized I bought it, and then didn't get another headset, and I was like, oh, we're gonna need a headset, so I just brought this. Yeah.
Yeah, I have nothing but great things to say about that place.
Yeah. It's fucking great. Yeah.
So is that how you guys met?
No, I didn't even know that he worked there until Forrest told me, or David Collins. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. Is that dead naming him or something?
Yeah. I'll just call him David Collins from here on out.
I was thinking about that the other day because I'm like, I've known him as Forrest, but he goes by David Collins, obviously. But it's like, is he in the FBI? He's just too deep undercover that you have to call him by his first name, just to bring him back a little bit, ground him.
Yeah.
Or he's what was that one movie with Johnny Depp where he goes to Miami and stuff?
Donnie Brasco?
Yeah, is he just is he just going home and just fucking pounding shit?
Oh yeah,
yelling at his parents about how hard it is.
The weird part about David Collins is that I knew him before he was David Collins, back when we worked together at the employer I was at before Sedgwick. So I knew him from back in 2014 or something like that.
He worked there at the same place you did?
Yeah, we both worked at Thomas L. Cardella and Associates is the place, and then a bunch of people went to Sedgwick, and then so we both ended up going over there. I don't know if we knew that we were there until we just ended up noticing that at some point.
Yeah.
And then I was doing comedy and
you both are autistic and not outgoing, so that's something that just happens.
Exactly. And then I go to Lucky Cat one day, and then I see him there, I'm like, oh, and I didn't even know he did comedy or whatever. Yeah, it's just weird. Yeah.
Christ. Yeah. I found out both of you, and you because there's a weird point system you could give out points or something. You just randomly gave me points one day, and I'm like, oh my god, Zach works at Sedgwick. That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's the weird thing though is because he's always been a certain way, and then so when he does David Collins, there's little moments where you're like, is this David Collins? Is this Forrest? Is this both? I think it might be both. I can't really tell where the line is of what's character and what's him.
I think anytime you're going to see him in public now, it's going to be David Collins.
Yeah.
He's too deep with he got his YouTube channel's kind of blowing up. He's getting with Blind Mike, who was on Barstool.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude, that show was so funny, that reality show. I watched that twice. It was so funny.
It's awesome, dude. Have you guys ever watched Comedian, the Jerry Seinfeld Comedian?
No.
It's a documentary
I've heard about
film. It came out in 2002. I don't even know. It was on Amazon Prime, and then you can't find it anywhere. I just bought the DVD for $8, but I had seen it. It was on Netflix, and then it was on Amazon, and then they took it off. But yeah, it's it goes through Jerry Seinfeld trying to build a new act after he essentially gets rid of all of his stuff that he used to do, and it's 4 years after Seinfeld went off the air. So, and then it follows that, and then it follows this dude named Arnie Adams, who's he's 8 years in at this time, so he's just about to break through.
Okay,
and
interesting.
It's good.
Yeah,
it's
really that sounds really good.
And it shows a lot of
Comedian.
It's called Comedian.
Just called Comedian.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Check that out.
It's from. If you look up Jerry Seinfeld Comedian, it sometimes will pop up right away, but sometimes you got to fucking deep dive because Jerry Seinfeld Comedian is literally what he is. So,
or I was just thinking comedians in cars getting coffee.
Yeah, that
so
too.
I was like,
yeah. It's kind of a pain in the ass to find, but it's worth it. I've watched it probably 4 or 5 times now, and then on Amazon. I can never remember. It's I think it might be called 2020 something club. It's about Teehees is in it before they rebrand or like change their room or whatever. So like it shows their old room and Mark Norman's on there before he like blew up. I mean, it's a good one too.
Yeah.
But yeah, David Collins is fuck 2020, dude. But David Collins is
Club 2020 is it? Like,
it is Club 2020, isn't it?
Club 2020. I'm not sure. I was just asking.
Yeah, that might be it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that one was really good. But David Collins' reality show I think he might have. I told him to watch Comedian, and I mean, he's essentially that format. Yeah, but it's great. It's all.
Do you think he's going to get canceled with his the ending with the Taylor Swift joke? Do you think it's all part of his grand plan is to like get canceled?
That'd be amazing
to like level up.
That's a good joke.
Yeah,
yeah. But yeah, he had all those jokes before, and they were just all street jokes. So he's like.
Dude, the fact that there was like a David Collins in Manhattan, Kansas that died too was so funny. Or wasn't funny, but
it's pretty funny.
No, it's pretty funny.
Yeah. He like rolled over in a vehicle accident. It's just like I don't know. There has to be
wasn't the funny part.
David Collins lore or whatever. But
I woke up to Blind Mike messaging me like, "Is this our David?"
See, he's like in too deep.
Yeah,
he's like killing people.
He's
like
way in too deep, dude.
It's like Donnie Brasco when he had to kill that guy.
It's gonna be Forrest doing that.
He won't take the sunglasses off.
Yeah,
I think that's his code switch or whatever.
Well, when he switches, the shades.
With the shades is shades are David, then no shades Forrest.
Well, you saw like the other night there was like 4 people that wore sunglasses at the Speakeasy.
Yeah,
it's getting out of hand.
That one dude I thought was gonna like shoot up the place.
David Cunningham.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's known for that.
It's been so fun going from like
shooting
venue
up places.
he'll
with jokes.
He'll just like say it that he's like, everyone thinks I'm going to shoot this place up, but I'm not. He's way too autistic to do that.
Yeah.
I think you have one of those at each scene.
Oh yeah, like there's like 4 in the Quad Cities though. There's the Wolf Mosher. You haven't seen him yet. He will bring here. I have videos on my phone. I can show you after this.
Wolf Mosher.
Wolf Mosher. His
okay.
last name's Mosher. I think Sean Mosher is his name, something like that.
Yeah.
He wears a wolf mask.
Okay.
And it's like a legit mask.
It's hard to follow those.
He'll eat through it. I have a video of him eating pizza through it.
Okay. Yeah.
And then he'll sometimes wear a horror movie. He'll wear like a Scream mask, or he's a real horror.
You gotta be careful when you say that. It's confusing as to what you mean. Is it horror movie or a horror movie?
Horror.
Horror.
Sorry.
Yeah.
He just watches those Pornhub originals.
Yeah.
I thought you said when strippers. He eats through his mask. I was envisioning, like, I don't know why. I just thought him like eating
a
the
COVID
mask.
A furry.
No, just like literally like he's wearing the wolf mask and then he just eats part of it or something.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you've seen this guy.
That's how it starts. Yeah.
I guess
he starts or ends. Yeah.
I guess it was a really big deal for him that Little Caesars delivered. If that tells you anything about it.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
That's funny. So you got the Wolf Mosher.
The Wolf Mosher.
Mosher.
Let's see. Yeah, David Cunningham. Who else is fucking spooky?
Is that the goal, is to be spooky?
I don't think it is, but it's always fucking Halloween in the Quad Cities.
Yeah. That is true, yeah.
And then, there's that dude that comes around Cedar Rapids as a clown. Yeah. I still don't know his name, and I refuse to learn it.
Yeah.
I'm not good with names, so I'm just gonna learn the ones that I want to learn, and I think that's what you're gonna have to do.
Not that I'm not like my wife is like terrified of clowns. It's not that, but like as a juggler, it fucking bothers me because every time like when people find out you juggle, right? That's such a dumb thing. I was a juggler, but
Forrest is a juggler too.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true.
The knives are so cool.
Yeah,
but like people like as soon as they learn that you juggle, that's their first association. It's like circus, clown stuff. It's like I'm like good at juggling. That's like dumb juggling.
Yeah.
This is like actual real juggling, not fucking dumb clown
I like
shit.
that.
Yeah.
The clown dude is the Daniel Day-Lewis of fucking clowns. He doesn't break character until no one's fucking...
until he's alone at home.
Yeah, until he's alone.
Yeah.
Dude, I made the connection just a minute ago that Forrest and David Collins, it's kind of like, is he just like the next Dice? Like he's just becoming.
He might be.
He makes a character and then he just becomes that character.
Yeah, with that he needs to just keep doing it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Whoever is aspiring to do David Collins or like an alter ego, just do what he's doing because he's doing it well.
Don't. You got like a totem or whatever. Like, what was that Inception? He goes to a club and like puts it in the green room. It's like the snow globe.
He sets it down. That's his sunglasses.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is so funny.
He's the talk of the town.
Yeah. Two things. I got this new job and I finally got business cards for the first time like ever in my life. Mm-hmm. And I gave them to first person I gave a business. I don't want to see if he ever says anything, but it was Ben Woodfield after that show Friday.
Oh fuck.
I stopped at a Quick Trip and it was him getting out in the car in front of me with his cowboy hat still on. And he, it was so funny because he like went to the nacho cheese and he like opened it up, put a new bag in there.
For real?
He knew how to do it. And, so it was just fun being in a Quick Trip with him. And then afterwards, I was like, you know what? I'm going to give you my first business card ever. So I'm going to see if because it's such a funny seeing him in like a new setting.
Yeah.
Like wearing the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
He still had the hat on.
Yeah. He was just rocking it. Like, I was right behind him. Like, I didn't know you go here. I forget what I said to him, but it was so funny to see him.
Yeah.
It's funny seeing like people. And the other one was like Dan McCullough today. He was at my mom's retirement party. He was bartending, so it was nice to see him because he used to see me at like Backpack when I bartended there.
Where was it at? The Lux?
The Lux Club, yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then the first time I met Dan was actually super funny because I had just moved back to Dubuque. And I went to the bank to Paco to deposit a check. Mm-hmm. And like he was the teller, but I didn't ever put two and two together.
Yeah.
Then I went to the comedy bar that night just to watch an open mic on a Thursday. And he went up there. He's like, so I work at DePaco, and this customer came in. And I was like, what the fuck? Is he like talking about me? Yeah. I was like so like sketched out for a second. Then afterwards, was like, do you work at the Key West branch? And yeah, so it turned out to be him. It was a different joke. Whoever is that?
Was it
joke.
the Kermit Frog joke?
Yeah, that and the lady customer too or something like that. But he's like, oh shit, I gotta like saying that I work at DePaco.
Yeah, he changed it to something else. Like Dutrack.
Dutrack is the other one. But yeah. So. Forget where I was going with all that, but
seeing people outside of comedy.
Yeah. You guys work together and stuff, or like
it was from home, so
we didn't like see each other.
Never
just kinda,
one time.
Yeah.
So you started in the office, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I wish I would have started in the office because my training was horrific, and that's how I ended up getting fired.
Oh yeah, things have without going too far into it, like things changed a lot from like the time I started, which was like January 2017 till now.
Oh
yeah, I can only imagine.
Especially COVID was like a huge change and stuff. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, my life has just increased so much since I got fired from there. Like I make the same with DoorDash and unemployment, and thankfully getting booked at shows. So
oh damn,
yeah.
Nice.
Unemployment's sick, dude. Just hold on to that for. I've been on unemployment twice in my life.
I'm doing it as long as I can.
Yeah. It's like $400 a week.
Yeah, mine's a little less because I think I was only making $20 an hour at fucking my last job. They took my last job and Sedgwick too. So
yeah, it's weird how they do it. It's like 2 quarters behind or whatever.
Yeah.
I got it during COVID. I was making like $1,000 a week, not doing anything. It was
fuck.
Yeah, I hear people talk about work. I'm like, this sucks. Like all I could ever think about was like going to Hy-Vee and people like a mask on, like just like the end of the world for everybody else. And it's like, well, I'm making like bank here. Like,
fuck yeah. Yeah, dude, I had to work 12-hour shifts on COVID. So yeah.
Oh, were you in the prison then?
Damn. No, I was at the cultivation center then at GTI.
What's that?
Green Thumb Industries. We grow marijuana for the state of Illinois.
Oh,
nice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Nice.
How long did you work there for?
About 3 years. I worked 2.5 years at the prison, then 3 years at GTI, and then 7 months at Sedgwick.
Yeah.
What did you do at the cultivation place then?
I started off in harvest, so like we broke down the rooms like when they were at the full, like the plants were at their biggest or whatever, and then I went to like veg, so like the plants were at like I think 6 weeks, and then it went to like 3 months.
Okay.
So you deal with it then, and then I went to the IPM department. So I dealt with, I put out bugs. So I put out bugs that killed bad bugs.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
And then I would spray. It was technically a state job. So I like,
really?
It helped that I was at the prison before then. And then I knew a couple people. So references were good there. And then like a year or two into it, just like with everything else, they let money, get the best of them, and then they just started hiring just whoever. Their turnover rate was, oh my God, dude.
Probably sucked. Yeah.
Yeah, it was unreal.
That seems like a strategy a lot of companies do for some weird fucking reason. They get to a certain point and they're like, anyone. Like, wait, why would you do that?
Yeah. And when I got hired there, they like started me off at $16.50, and I was going from like a state job, which I knew I was going to take a pay cut. That was part of, I just hated the prison anyway. But they're like Kewanee, Illinois.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was like a re-entry center. So like people were 3 years or less was what it was billed as, and then just like with the hiring process, they started accepting shittier inmates. And yeah, I just that wasn't something for me. You know?
Yeah.
And then the weed job was cool at first, and then I got to like $19.50 an hour after 2.5 years, and like I had to beg for a raise. I said, I started off at $16.50, and they made it seem like that was a big deal that they were giving me $16.50 because everyone else was starting at like $14 an hour.
Oh God,
like,
what year was this?
This was 2020. This was I got hired February 2020, so a month into it.
Dang.
Then the pandemic hit.
Yeah, that's kind of trash for then.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And then like 4 months into it, like the summertime is when we started going from, regular Monday through Friday 8-hour shifts to 10 and 12-hour splits.
Yeah.
And that lasted for I think like 6 months, I want to say. It lasted quite a while. And then we went back to
Damn.
It was shitty. And then I didn't get a raise forever, and then I started comedy and just burnt. The benefits were horrible there. I burnt all my days off. It was just time to. I wanted to work from home, so that's why I resigned from there. I didn't like get fired there, so so that helped, with the unemployment advantages now. So now I'm here.
So when did you start comedy then? How long ago?
September 2021. I wrote my first jokes in August of 2021.
Nice. Where'd you go up first at?
Jukebox Comedy Club in Peoria, Illinois.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
All right. Then when did you move to like Iowa and start doing the Quad Cities? Are you in the Quad Cities now, right?
I'm in Davenport now. Yeah. Okay. I moved to Moline in I think it was March of 2022. So like I was living in Galva. Well, yeah. I started off living at my 2 exes ago. We broke up. Essentially, right when I said I was going to start doing comedy, I knew it was. I knew it was going to happen anyway. Yeah. But August of 2021, late August, I write my first jokes or whatever. I went to Austin for a bachelor party.
Oh, nice!
Took a bunch of mushrooms. Went to the Vulcan and saw a secret show. So saw Tony Hinchcliffe, Brian Redband, Brian Holtzman, Eleanor Kerrigan, Christina Mariani, who works at the mothership now. I was like, dude, I think I could do this. So I just started writing jokes and shit. And then JD Spetz, I don't know if you guys have met him yet.
I've heard of him.
Yeah,
heard the name.
Yeah, I do. I did a podcast with him. He moved to LA in 2018 and moved back home from COVID because LA was the fucking apocalypse in COVID time. Yeah. He said he ordered a burger like 3 days into the pandemic or whatever, and it cost $65.
Oh wow!
He's like, I think this is time to go. And he said he went to the store and like there was nothing on the shelves.
Absolutely nothing.
He's like, it's time to move back.
Yeah.
So that helped too, doing his podcast. And then I would go to Jukebox because Galva is 45 minutes from Peoria and the Quad Cities, so it's like perfectly in the middle of the two. So I would go to Jukebox on Wednesdays or Thursdays. They have open mics, so I would vary, and then I would go to the Quad Cities.
Oh, right on.
And because the cultivation center's in the Quad Cities, that's why I moved there. So,
oh, nice. Yeah. So is Jukebox, is that like Teehees, like that kind of type, or is it closer to like a Lucky Cat?
Yeah, it's like Teehees. It's a club. Like it's I think the second. Right now it might be the second oldest club in the country.
Oh, really?
Like the longest. Yeah, because dude, comedy clubs fucking come and go like that.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, we know two that just closed.
Yeah,
in the last few months.
Yeah, like
so
I've done enough things where you like know there's cycles, but like doing this comedy now, it's like Lucky Cat's closing. Like some people, you start seeing some people like, holy shit, it's all over. Yeah. And some people are like, they know it. They've been through it before. Where they're like, oh, there's gonna be something else that comes up, and it sounds like she's taking stuff on the road too, which is nice.
Yeah. There was a Penguins, I guess. Did you do that, Zach?
Yeah.
Penguins? How long have you been doing it?
April 4th, 2022 was the first
so you did it. Oh, so you've been doing it less than me.
Yeah.
Okay, for some reason I thought you were doing it longer.
A lot of people say that, which I guess is a good thing, because they're just assuming like, oh, you probably do it like 5 years or something.
You're just very comfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of people told me that in the beginning. I think it's just because like
I've never seen you. Oh, I've seen you nervous, but like I've never seen you like flustered or nervous.
Yeah,
like, I've been nervous. Matt's been nervous.
Yeah,
I think everybody jokes about it. I don't get it.
I think if you've and there was another kid that like was doing it like his second time ever, and he seemed like he knew what to do on stage or whatever. Like as far as like being comfortable. I think and he was like a theater person or whatever before. I've had experience juggling, which seems weird, but like being in front of a bunch of people a bunch of times. I know he keeps laughing, that son of a bitch. But
I don't know why. That's the way you say it. Because now he says the juggling, he just reminds you of a clown. So I just imagine Zach.
It's
like,
funny. I always forget like how weird some of the things I do are, because like they just become so normalized for years for me that I'm like, oh yeah, the thing, and I casually say it, and people are like, that's
they're just
not normal.
like they're not weird. They're just like the hardest things to achieve. Like you do a Rubik's cubes. You do fucking.
I do some weird shit.
Yeah, you juggle, you yo-yo. Like those are all not. They're not
niche.
easy things.
They're niche.
Yeah, they're niche, and like
right.
everyone has tried to do it at some point, failed right away, and like fuck this.
But
it's like a guitar.
I think it's some combination of like when I was in high school, I like was drum major for marching band a little bit. So you're in front of people conducting. You get into juggling, you're juggling in front of people. So I'm like used to the idea of like performing and being on kind of in front of a bunch of people. So then like it's the same thing for that. It's just then you just got to be funny though. So it's like the being funny part obviously is hard for everybody, but like some people have the added like, oh my god, I'm in front of people, and that part I didn't really have to necessarily.
You didn't have the stage fright to get over. Yeah. There's like literally people don't understand. There's layers. That's why it takes years to be a fucking pro. Is because there's layers of there's like the stage fright. There's the what am I gonna say? There's the joke writing. There's the knowing how to deliver the joke, remembering the joke. There's literally so much.
There's when things fall apart, being able to recover,
bring it back. Not being able to tell when a joke if it doesn't land. There's so many people that when a joke doesn't work, you can tell right away that it fucking flusters them. Like it rocks, and that's a part you got to get over it. It's hard to not get over, you know what I mean?
It's because it's like, this is my life's work. I'm like this moment. It's like, but everybody just sits there.
And everyone, I'm a product of this. Everyone loves their own jokes. Like they love that they think that when we write these jokes, we're like, oh, that's gonna work. And then when they don't, it's like, no, I don't want to fucking abandon that. But sometimes you have to. You just have to stop saying
you write like I did recently. You'll write like I banged out like 6 or 7 jokes in a day, which is crazy for me. I'm like, oh man, I got all these new jokes. I can't wait to try, because I had COVID and I was like locked away for a little bit. So I just pumped out a bunch of jokes. I was like, I can't wait. And then after testing them out for a little bit now, I'm like, yeah, almost none of these really work.
Yeah, I give it the 24-hour rule now, like, because I'll go through that too, dude. I'll get fucking manic and like, it's. I was just talking to Samir Friday night about this. Like, he asked me when I write, and I'm like, mostly it's every night before bed because I fucking smoke a bunch of weed and I just like
beautiful minds.
I get really inspired. I lay down and I just start thinking about like my set, my headlining set, and I start thinking about my new set that I'm working on, and I just start fucking, my brain just starts sure to do, like, obviously inspiration comes out of nowhere and that's awesome too, but like really at night is when I'm locked into.
It comes at really weird times for me. Like the funniest thing that happened to me so far, like as far as like getting struck by like a moment where like, oh man, shit, was like me and my wife literally just got done having sex.
Nice.
And you just busted still naked. I had literally just finished, still naked.
Sure.
I was like, oh fuck, and I ran to my thing and wrote something down, and she saw me too. So it's like there's no like hiding it.
I think that's happened before
round
to
two
me.
immediately. Round two immediately.
I get hard again because I'm excited about the idea.
Excited about the joke.
That was like the progress part. Coming up.
Yeah, dude. That'll happen to me too. I'll like write like 6 or 7 jokes. I'm like, where am I gonna put all this? I'm the greatest writer of all time. And then the next morning I'll look at it and I'll be like, I think I can maybe use 2 of these.
Yeah.
And it's just the 24-hour rule.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful because I get inspired on the way to a show too. Like I get my shit starts churning too, and you'll write something like, "I'm gonna use this tonight," and it fucking blows.
Yeah, it's a terrible idea. Yeah.
That's what I noticed. I don't do new stuff at like places I've been already. It's like the Village Theater. I went to Village Theater the other night. I told you about that, but I tried some new stuff and it's like, oh, this is funny, because if I try that new stuff at like Lucky Cat or something like that, or like Joystick, I feel like I just like bomb immediately. Yeah, it's just like because they know me, or like I know the room too well, or something like that.
Yeah,
or not too well.
I think that's all in your head.
Yeah.
Because I was like that too at the beginning with new jokes too. Like I can only do them certain places. Yeah.
But no, I'm starting to get over it. It's starting to feel more comfortable.
Hell yeah.
A lot more comfortable. It's nice.
Yeah, it's all phases. It's like I don't know. You guys aren't big drinkers. I had to, like, for the first 6 months, I had to be hammered.
Oh, really?
Not even, like, at least the first 3 or 4 I had to be hammered. And then, like, finally it was like, oh, I need, like, a drink or two. And then now I don't. I haven't drank since December. So.
I did something really, really fucking smart I'm not going to try to claim credit. It was just like, I just happened to make a good decision. Like, sometimes you do that. Yeah. When I first went up for my first open mic at Joystick, I had like 4, maybe 5 drinks to get up. But then the second time before I went, I was like, okay, that's fine. You were nervous the first time because you'd never done comedy before. This time, dude, you're going to go up sober. You're not going to drink anything. And you're going to do your... And I did that. And thank God I did, because it established in my head, like, hey, this is something that you mostly do sober. And like after that, obviously there's been times that I've been a little bit tipsy and stuff, but then now I've established this thing where I do it sober. And then, so like when I can know now, like I'm very aware of like when I'm too drunk to perform. And so I know, like, I think like, the only other time that I can remember where I like literally had it as like liquid confidence to do the thing was when I did the Jackass show, because I was like fucking obviously really nervous for that, because I'm like, this is a huge opportunity. Yeah. But I had like 2 drinks beforehand just to kind of loosen up a little, and then like it's weird how like things, I don't know if you've had this, like you probably had this experience where like if you're like super nervous for like a big show, and then like there'll be this shift that happens where all it takes is like you hang out at the bar with somebody you know, and like you start laughing and just like talking shit or whatever, and then you're like, oh, wait a minute, these people that are paying and coming in here, this is new to them. They're the strangers like coming in like, oh, what's this place gonna be like? Right. I've been here before. I've performed here before. Like, this is my place, right? Like, this is my house, kind of thing. Like, and then you suddenly you're like, oh yeah, what am I nervous for? Like, I know what I'm doing. They don't. They don't know what they're about to see.
Yeah.
Right?
Now I'm just. I don't even know if it's nervous that I want the crowd to like me. I think at this point, I don't even know. I'm not nervous, and I'm not going to forget my jokes. I'm not nervous if he's coming. Yeah. It's just either they're going to fucking like me or they're going to hate me. So it's it's. But I can't get drunk because I realized I would ask the question. Like, you know, I tell one-liners. I would ask my joke. Like, I would get drunk and be like, so I'm not going to do a joke now. But, yeah, I would just ask the fucking joke. And my timing would be terrible, and I can't do that. So, yeah.
I did it sober the first time, and the second time I smoked a bunch of weed, and I had like a fucking panic attack. I'm like, like a minute in, I just forget it. I'm just like, come to, you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, why is everybody looking at me? And it just like, it was like 15 seconds of silence. I'm like, holy fuck. That kind of ruined me for a little bit.
Yeah, like, I don't smoke like an hour and a half now before going on.
Yeah.
Just because the memory and
Yeah, you start thinking of it like,
not as fast. Not as quick. It's not even like I don't know. Because then, if I get too high, I'll go up there and be like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. But the worst is like getting high and then getting sucked into one of those weird conversations. And then going up, you're just like,
my mood's ruined.
Yeah, I just want to be out of here.
Yeah. Comedy.
So, it's been, I like it.
So where was your first time?
Joystick, when it was Yacht Club.
Okay.
I did it like once in like 2021.
Is that for me?
Yeah, it was for you. Yeah,
okay, I was like, I didn't know. Well, I didn't know if like you finding out where he went up first. I was like, God bless your heart.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I was there at least one of your first times. I know, because I remember when you started coming around the Dubuque scene too.
Yeah, so I did 2021, and I just did it once at Yacht Club, and then like a month later, and then I didn't go back for like 2 years, and then I moved to Dubuque, and then I did the Comedy Bar last July, I think.
Yep.
I started going up there, and then when I moved back here, I've been.
You went to you came to Monk's a few times, right? And just like chilled and sat in the.
Yeah, when I first moved back. Yeah. I remember Todd was like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like,
Yeah, because you were like one of our only audience members too. So thankfully, and you'd actually laugh, so that worked too. Yeah. That was cool.
So I forgot about that. Yeah,
Comedy Under Monks, come show Monday nights.
Nice.
It's a pretty cool place. I like it. I met Chuck Norris there actually in 2008. Norris? I got a video of it actually.
Oh really? Fuck.
Yeah, before I went to Iraq, I remember they were like, no, he was campaigning with Huckabee, and I was like, I went to the casino.
I forgot he did that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then one of my friends texted me. He's like, "Hey, Chuck Norris is going to be at Monk's at like 8 p.m. tonight." So then I went there, and then they're like, I forget. They're like, you can only take pictures, and I'm like, hey. Or I'm going to Iraq. Can you like make a video for everybody? So he did. He made like a 20-second video, and he like,
oh nice,
yeah, it was pretty sweet. So I like eventually want to interview him at Monk's. Would be pretty sweet. Maybe at David Collins' show.
Yeah.
How sick would that be?
That'd
Chuck
be
Norris.
gnarly, dude.
So this is going to go out to him, but yeah.
He seems like one of those people that would be like really over the top polite when you meet him or something.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, thank you very much. Like
he was in Dodgeball, dude. I think he's in on the joke. I think he's like, I think he's down to earth too.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That was right at
true.
the height of the jokes too.
I forgot he was in Dodgeball.
Yeah, he's at the end of it. He fucking makes a decision.
Right. Yeah.
And Ben Stiller after is like, fuck you, Chuck Norris, because he gets all fat again.
Yeah. Actually, I got. You guys.
Oh yeah,
dude. I don't know why I'm just thinking of this now, but I was just remembering earlier because we were talking about like when people like a joke doesn't go well and they get flustered or whatever. Mm-hmm. I was remembering this hilarious bomb story that Chris DiStefano had on. You're good.
I got him signed. He signed that night.
Nice.
And I taped over it with like Scotch tape, and I put it. Like, in the Vietnam movies where they have like the spade or whatever.
Yeah.
I put the Chuck Norris in my helmet when I was walking around. And there was like one patrol that I had to take it out, but it was pretty sweet.
Oh my god.
But I've had it ever since. So yeah.
That's fucking dope.
No, I saw this on Hey Babe. DiStefano and Sal Vulcano. Yeah, and like he had this bomb story where like he did for like a Netflix as a joke like festival or something. He did like a tape set. There was 2 tapings he did, and then he bombed like one of his jokes like bombed on the first set. And then, but then it's like, oh, well, there's still the second set, right? And on the second set, it like ate a dick too. And his response right after he bombed was he just said, while he's on stage, so he just said into the mic, I'm going to kill myself. And nobody reacted to him saying, I'm going to kill myself.
Jesus Christ, dude. That didn't get anything either.
No.
I love Chris DiStefano too.
Dude, he's funny.
He's good.
Yeah.
So who have you so you've been headlining for a little bit now, right?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Who else have you headlined for that some of your favorite comics?
Open for, you mean?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, sorry, what did I say?
Yeah, headlined.
Who have you headlined for?
Yeah, I had to think about that. I'm like, wait, now you're confusing me. Okay.
I'm going to do 30 off the top here.
Nate Craig, recently he was in Old Dogs with Bill Burr.
Okay, nice.
And he was really cool. He's like been one of the only like cool ones that's been like, down to earth. I shouldn't say that because most of them have been cool, but he's probably the biggest one I'd say at this point. Nice. My very first one was Erica Nicole Clark from Chicago, who is Mr. T's daughter.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That was the first guest weekend I ever had.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
So that was pretty cool. And then Gianmarco Ceresi, he just he has a Netflix as a joke 10-minute set that just came out recently. Nice. So, and that was probably, I don't know. You remember when Tim Blanco's at the Comedy Bar? It was his last hurrah.
Okay, one of his last times.
Yeah.
Is that guy on Nate Bargatze? Is he with him?
Who
you just said? Dom? Was it Dom?
Oh shit! No, no. You know who was with Nate Bargatze was Alex Villetto.
Okay, that's who I was thinking.
I opened for him too. So
nice.
yeah, that was pretty cool.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Where'd you open for him at?
Comedy Bar. Yeah, most of these places
nice.
have all been Comedy Bar.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I'm fucking miss that place because that was learning all the places.
Yeah, makes sense. That's a huge. I've learned that's like that seems to be one of the biggest advantages in comedy that gets you opportunities is just just fucking showing up, and then B, like forging like decent relationships with people that are booking shows. And then it's just like, if people, it's super weird because you think like from the outside perspective, you're like, oh, you just got to get really funny. It's like, well, sure, that is a huge part of it, obviously, but like, it's almost sometimes weirdly in the beginning, it feels like it's almost even more important just to fucking be around and like be like nice to people.
It's you got to be a good hang. Not even that. You just I don't even say that. You just got to be like personable. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Know when to get out of the room.
Can't be too much. Can't be too little.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that was too much when I first got into it. Like when he probably saw me at Monks, because I was just like, I'm like new. Like I want to meet people. And like, fuck, you gotta chill that out, dude.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Like dial the back. Yeah.
No, it just. You just gotta. I mean, and most comics, we're all fucking. I keep saying this, we're all autistic, but we're all like socially awkward and like. We kind of, once we all get to the mic, we all say hi and we all kind of like scatter in the corner and then we all just like come together at certain points. Yeah. It's like a weird.
You're like thinking about what you're doing, thinking about your sets. You're also thinking about,
Yeah, we're all trying to figure out what we want to say that night and how we're going to say it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've noticed it's just like easier just to like stay back and just be quiet and just people talk to me. They talk to me if I'm not going to force anything anymore.
Yeah, and people understand that too. It's like, oh, dude, just quit fucking talking. Like I want to get this. I want to figure out what I'm going to say tonight.
I've always had like my rule of thumb is always when you're somewhere new, the first person to come up to you and be like your best friend needs to be like not be that like within a minute of meeting him, they're like your best friend. That's like the person you stay away from. That's whatever.
Oh, because
they're because they're just waiting for somebody new to come.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a pretty good rule of thumb.
Yeah,
it is.
That's nice.
Because I saw like Friday night that Quad Cities one. Like the one guy he had the black on black with the sunglasses.
It wasn't David Cunningham.
No, he had. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know his name. I don't want to know.
Josh Anderson. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. I got into it with him the other, and we made amends because we were at Amber's mic, the one I left for and then came back.
Okay, yeah.
But this was like 2 weeks ago. I tell one-liners, and he fucking knows that. And he literally like shouted in the middle of my punchline, my first joke. So I fucking snapped, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, aren't you a fucking comic? Like, what are you fucking doing? And he sat quiet the rest of the show. And I left before his set, and I guess he apologized during that. But so then he saw me Friday and apologized. But
that's the rule of thumb guy. That's who I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always the people that are overly share shit too. It's like I didn't ask for that.
Yeah. I'll probably cut this too, but he's like my fiance. I'm like, I don't think you have a fiance.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
He might, but I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, all right. What happened to the comedy bar then? Do you know much?
I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dubuque seems like it'd be a very tough crowd. Like that's what I remember when I went to one show like again 2 years ago, but they're from Chicago. Like this is a very tough room, and I think like because Dubuque's like a River City and stuff, so it kind of has those type of people, but they want comedy.
Yeah,
so it's like a Chicago
I don't know.
type bar.
It is a.
I don't know how you would see it.
Friday nights were always a fucking hit or miss. Friday nights were the fight. Like it was either you were getting 12 people there, or 35 people that didn't want to laugh. Like,
really?
It was Friday nights were rough there. It was a diamond in the rough if it was a good show on a Friday night, and then Saturdays were like the exact opposite. It'd be packed, and everyone would be there to laugh.
Yeah.
So it'd be very rare if Saturday was a bad show.
Okay.
But I don't know, man. It's a lot of those Chicago guys are just I don't think are funny. In my opinion,
I don't.
As shitty as that is to say, because who the fuck am I? But I
from a non-same way.
I just they all have this same tone too. It's very arrogant, very like, and they kind of do that nervous laugh at their own joke, which like get the fuck over it after a year. Like your little nervous tics. I still do it sometimes too, but like. I don't laugh at my joke. I mean, like I do.
Right. It's like if you're gonna laugh, I feel like if you're gonna laugh at your joke, like while you're telling it, it should be by design, like a very conscious choice for that joke. Of like, if I laugh at this part or I chuckle, like that serves it in some way.
If I laugh, something to be said. If I laugh at my joke, I'm laughing because of the way the audience reacted to it. That makes me laugh. I'm not laughing because I think I'm fucking the funny. I laugh it because some girl just like went, acted like she's gonna throw up because of a joke. Like, I told this on. This little YouTube thing that I've been putting out. Last Sunday, before you guys saw me at Joystick, I did a show at Hilltop, and I think I don't know if I told you this or I might have told you this last week. So sorry if I did. A girl legit came up to me after my open mic or the set. No, it wasn't open mic, but it was the set at Hilltop, and she looks me in the eyes and goes, "Are you racist?" I go, "No." She goes, "Well, you told that swastika joke," and I'm like. Yeah, it's a joke. You think I have a swastika tattoo?
Yeah.
And like just shit like that. And then Friday night at the Speakeasy, we're all sitting out there, and these people that have been to a bunch of shows, the Quad City shows, this guy in particular is like a Quad Cities fan, and he comes to a lot of them. He's cool. I could never remember his name, but it's either his girlfriend or friend who's like a 45-year-old lady. She was like acting all weird, and she's like, you know what my fear is? Talking to Austin Ingels. I'm like, quit being weird. I'm a person.
Yeah.
She goes, your eyes are menacing on stage. I'm like, okay.
What I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't understand what's going on here. And she's like, so you aren't a rapist and you don't fuck dogs and you don't like children. I'm like, none of those things are true. Yeah.
You got me.
Yeah. She's like, wow, you are a normal person. Because she sat there, and while we all sat there and talked, I could see her staring at me in the corner of my eye.
Yeah.
And like, yeah. And she goes, wow, you are a normal person. I'm like, yeah, lady, it's a fucking stand-up act.
It's so weird to me.
It's an act.
It is so weird to me that people will watch the craziest shit in a movie that an actor does, and they'll be like, outstanding. And they make the connection that that's not really who they are.
Yeah.
But then someone does literally a bunch of jokes, and like the whole point is to make people laugh, and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe you're that person. It's like, I'm not.
A lot of the jokes come from truth, but I exaggerate the hell out of the truth to make it fucking funny.
Right, of course.
I did used to think comedy was like 100%.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, a lot of people make it sound like it is. And a lot of the best stuff is personal.
A lot of people, I think one of the big problems is like, I don't like, if people want to have this conversation, this is fine, but like, there's a lot of people that will do this thing where they're like, oh, well, like, comedians are the ones that are, like, unafraid to say the truth. And I'm like, okay, sure, that might be kind of true in some way. But then they take that as, like, the Bible. It's like, oh, so that means they must always be saying things that are real, and that's it. It's like, no, that's not.
And they also think that we're going to be funny 24/7 and, like, that we're just, It's like, oh, I thought you'd be funny. It's like, I'm tired.
I wish I could fucking see Tom Segura on radio when he was like earlier in his career.
DJ Dadmouth or whatever it's called.
Well, no, before that, like I've heard all sorts of stories that when he was like first starting to like sell more tickets and like kind of be a little bit big, but he still was like not huge. Mm-hmm. I remember like hearing stories of like he'd go on a radio and like the morning radio people be used to like people playing ball and like doing this whole thing and like doing their act or whatever.
Yeah.
And he would just come in and he'd be like, this is fucking stupid because
it's 6 in the morning.
It's already sold out. I don't know why this isn't moving tickets. I have no idea why I'm here.
Yeah.
And so like they would like, I remember he said one time he went in there and they're like, and you know, when we come back, blah, 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 Tom Segura. And then they're like, all right, when we come back from the break, like just be funny. And then he's like, how about you fucking be funny when we come back from the break? He's just like, I don't give a shit, dude.
The whole, I like that about podcasts is like it's taken away the whole fucking song and dance shit about the promotion shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so you started at Joystick. You started at where? Where was your first mic? At Joystick too?
Yeah. Huh. It's a weird place to start.
Yeah.
But
it's super strange.
You get used to just like people just being shitty and just fucking dog shit. So then anytime that it's anything above that, you're like, oh, this is pretty great.
This is good. Yeah. I mean, that's every Midwest show, really.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. It's kind of, if we have more than, I don't know, 8 to 10 people, we're excited.
Yeah.
I told my friends because they're next month they want to go to Wisconsin. It's legit from Dubuque. It's exactly 2 hours. So like when I was a kid, we would go through Dubuque.
Okay.
It's like the halfway point. So I told Todd, I'm like, hey, try to set something up like 4:23 or something because I want to, just shoot up there after for a couple of days with my friends. Mm-hmm. And I told my friends, I'm like, I have like 3 shows after that vacation. So I like either we need to find a mic, and my friends are like, there's going to be like 5 or 6 of us there. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to do my jokes in front of you guys then.
Yeah.
Like that's all I need.
Yeah.
I only need 3 people, honestly.
Yeah.
3 people that haven't heard it before.
Yeah.
So I'm set. I'm gonna have an open mic in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Nice.
With my buddies if I can't find anything else. So
cool.
that'll be next month though. So
put it on Tinder or something. Like a bubble, just invite people.
I think I'm gonna delete Tinder, man. It's no good.
Yeah,
it's a waste of time and just I found myself like 2 weeks ago just getting on there just swiping, just not even like engaged. Like I was a robot. I'm like, this isn't healthy.
Yeah. Then you worry about how many bots there are and like
I get bots all the time.
The worst is like you get tricked too. You like trans. It's like
yeah.
Just worried that it gets screenshot and like sent to my dad or something like that. Like,
one of them was like joking around and said something about their dick. I'm like, you can't do that now. Like I can make that joke, but you can't until I fucking see that you don't have a penis. Like,
yeah. Tinder and stuff is just too difficult. It's just, I don't know, it's just weird.
Yeah.
It's like too weird now.
I'd rather just meet them in person, honestly.
Yeah.
And I'm not even trying right now. I'm about to fucking move, so what's the point?
So you're going to Austin in a couple weeks then? A couple months?
Moving there in a couple months, but in a couple weeks I'm going to go fly down there and meet Tyler, and we're going to go look for some apartments. Hopefully we can find some.
Nice, yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Seeing him down there now.
Yeah.
He's staying busy and stuff.
Yeah, I wasn't going to, but
the advance party. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't going to. I was on the fence about going down there. I was just going to let him fucking find it. But I looked at flights, and dude, it was like the the way there it was $62 and the way back it was $45. So it was
Jesus.
$120 for a round
Holy
trip.
Shit.
Yeah,
where are you flying out of? Chicago,
Allegiant out of Des Moines. So I'm gonna have to drive 2.5 hours to the airport. But fuck it, I've been to that airport before.
Yeah,
there's like a parking lot is like $6 a day. So
yeah, it's not a bad deal at all.
Yeah, it'll be cheap. Yeah, that's what's good thing. It's you can do travel right. You just got to fly out of the right fucking. Obviously you guys know that.
You're still getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ben, is he up in the air?
Ben's not going anymore.
What?
Ben's not going. Yeah.
He just changed his mind randomly? Or?
I talked to him Friday. I was like, hey, buddy, because Tyler called me